So just to wrap up, the Phase 2 feasibility investigation for the Scout Lake project, which again is our number one priority as we view it right now, this feasibility study would cost about $250,000 to do and take about a year to complete, and would include on-the-ground botanical and wildlife studies, geophysical testing, borings, trenchings, soil sampling, engineering design, and reservoir operation simulations to characterize the water yield and water level in Scout Lake as you operate the reservoir for water storage purposes.
Can I have
Sorry about that.
Mr. Sanford, we have a question.
Sure.
Roland, these studies would basically go into, if we move forward, into the EIR, right?
Right, absolutely. They provide the technical basis. So the second ranked project we have is what we call the Capella Reservoirs project, which as presently conceived would consist of 2 reservoirs that would store up to 455 acre-feet. And this is immediately east of Capella. The primary beneficiaries of this project would be the Capella and North Ukiah redevelopment areas and possibly Redwood Valley. Again, there are some issues in terms of its geographic location. It's a little bit far from Redwood Valley. It's also somewhat expensive. One of the 2 reservoirs is located on county property, which is attractive to us, obviously, while the second is on a private parcel with a cooperative landowner. Now, the idea here is that these reservoirs would be filled with high winter flows from the Russian River and/or water diverted from Lake Mendocino pursuant to Redwood Valley's existing but largely used water right permit if Redwood Valley participated in the project. Both reservoirs are located on very small drainages and support drainages that support almost essentially no fisheries, and so that's good news, and that's very attractive about this project. However, there are some geotechnical concerns that warrant attention. The soils and underlying geologic material there at the site, once disturbed, are highly erosive, and this is a challenge that we'll need to investigate further. And so, with regard to the Capella Reservoir sites, we're looking at a feasibility study that we estimate would take 9 months to complete, cost about $150,000, and in this case would focus primarily on the geotechnical issues. We've already done a fair amount of botanical and fisheries work. The pluses and minuses, the site, it's not particularly large, but it's ideally suited because it's close to the water users and close to the source of the water, and because it's upstream of anadromous fisheries. So that's very attractive. The downside, it's not particularly large, and there are certainly some geotechnical issues. The third project, our third ranked project, and one that we have spent a fair amount of time on, is the Mendocino College Reservoir project. We've been actually working off and on this for 2 years. The project, as currently conceived, consists of a single reservoir, 500 to 1,500 acre-feet in size, located on Mendocino College Foundation property near the Mendocino College. And the primary beneficiaries of this would obviously be the Mendocino College, the Capella and North Ukiah redevelopment areas, and of course also the Millview Water District in general. The project is located on the headwaters of an unnamed Class 1 tributary of Hensley Creek and would be filled with high winter flows from the Russian River. The good news is there appears to be no unusual geotechnical challenges. However, there are some significant environmental hurdles that would need to be addressed. Like I said, unfortunately, the stream where the dam site would be located does provide some, albeit marginal, steelhead habitat, and also habitat for the yellow-legged frog, a species of special concern. So long story short, based on conversations we have had with Fish and Game staff and National Marine's fisheries staff, it appears that the project's doable, but it would involve significant, potentially expensive mitigation that could take a lot of time and money to get squared away. Maybe scared away might be the proper term here. We don't think this project would move very quickly through the permitting stage very quickly, which is why we've ranked it below the Capella Reservoirs project. That's not to say that this is not a good project. It's a good project from a cost per acre foot of storage perspective, but this isn't a project that we can see undertaking if you are looking forward or looking for something to get online in, say, 5 years or even 7, maybe even 10 years, and that's the big downside of this particular project. Now, excuse me, the last project we've looked at, or the last one in our group, and the one that we have ranked 4th, is called the Nice Reservoirs project. The Nice Reservoirs project consists of 2 storage facilities that would collectively store about 430 acre-feet, and it's located in Redwood Valley. This is probably the most environmentally benign of the 4 projects. It can, like I say, it's 2 ponds built on existing ag land. Truly the definition of off-stream storage, relatively straightforward in terms of environmental review and construction, and a project that we believe you could actually get online fairly quickly. Now, obviously, because it's in Redwood Valley, County Water District would be the logical benefit